Hi, I'm Shane Downey, coming to you from the GBTA broadcast studio on set in Toronto. I'm joined today with Steve Reynolds with TRIPBAM Incorporated. Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Glad to be here.
So, let's just get right into it. It always feels like, and we talk about it a bit, about cost savings and traveler satisfaction, how they seem, opposed to each other.
Right.
I was wondering, does one have to come at the expense of the other, or can buyers drive both?
Yeah, I get in a lot of discussions about that, because our mission is to sort of save money for the company in a variety of different ways, and we get in this kind of tug of war. We can save a lot, but does that mean a drop in traveler satisfaction? And I guess using our tool, we figured out some kind of common ground there. In that, so for example, if you ask a traveler to change a hotel for cost savings, you can make sure that that hotel's of higher quality when they're booked. We're going to move you from a 3-star to a 4-star. So in that situation, it's not cost savings, it's an upgrade. And the end result is you have both a more satisfied traveler and additional savings, for the company.
Right.
So it's stuff like that. The other thing that we do is if a traveler is really kind of a points guy, we can look at hotels where he's going to maximize those points. I'm a Hilton, Hyatt, Marriott guy. We can look at other Hilton or Marriotts nearby. If we find one and there's savings, then we can ask the traveler to change hotels, or change his reservation. And so that way he gets a lot of points, or keeps his points, and the company saves more money.
Right.
So there's a combination of things you could do to kind of keep that balance, as you say. But I'm kind of a believer. Look, it's the company's money. We're not asking the traveler to do anything that we wouldn't do ourselves. Right. So there's really no reason, why that they shouldn't be taking advantage of the savings that we find.
No, it is, and it's obviously the travel and expenses. Travel and entertainment's always the highest expenses for corporations. So if you look for ways that you can get a better rate, but at the same time keep that traveler, who usually your key employees, happy. I mean, it's just a win-win for everybody.
No, exactly right. And you're not asking the guy to, look, we're going to go stick you in a dump somewhere just to save $50. I mean, these are high-quality, vetted hotels. They've been, and the savings is just so substantial that if you have some flexibility on where you stay, you can just save a ton of money. And I don't think it's unreasonable just to ask a traveler, are you willing to change your or we'll change it for you. Are you okay with us changing your reservation from Hotel A to Hotel B, which is right next door? It's the same quality or better, and you can save the company $100.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's great. So as we're talking about hotel and space and the different thing, so with the increased emphasis on dynamic pricing, how can travel managers ensure they are getting that good rate?
Yeah. So the hotel industry, or just the travel industry in general, they all see the benefit of dynamic pricing, which is basically, I'm going to give you a percentage off the best available rate, rather than let's both lock ourselves into a flat rate that only lasts a year. If I move to dynamic, I can have maybe an evergreen contract, and we don't have to have this RFP thing, every year, because we know, 85%, 90% of the hotels, they're the same ones. There's no reason to renegotiate if you've got some dynamic, discounts in place. But the rub on those have been, how do I know I'm actually getting my discount? Because there are lots of issues around, you promised me 25% off, 30% off, whatever, am I actually getting that? And so we've, got the technology to where we actually capture for every reservation that benchmark rate. We can take the percentage off and see, yes, you are getting your discount, this hotel is honoring the contract and delivering as promised. It's actually generating some real savings. And where you're not, you can just, notify the hotel, or we can notify it for you, and just say, look, it's not working out. We either need to terminate the deal, or I'm going to terminate, you're not preferred anymore, or we need to make some adjustments, or you need to make some adjustments in your system so we're actually seeing the discount as promised.
Are there some other best practices for the management of the hotels?
Right, there's a bunch. Companies right now, they really control how many hotels are in their program just because it's expensive and very time consuming. What we're trying to do is re-engineer that whole process so that it doesn't take any time or really any cost to put a preferred hotel in if you need some coverage. And so I think what's going to happen is the end result is you're going to see an expansion of the hotel programs. You're going to have more deals in place that are deeply discounted rather than relying on chain-wides and some other types of discounts that really aren't that meaningful, at the end of the day. And the companies that have adopted this, we've seen their savings from their whole hotel program more than double.
Wow.
Over that period of time.
Wow. So we'll just switch gears here completely. So Talk about the top technology trends you think business travel is about to experience.
So we're hotel people. So we're just heads down thinking about this all the time. So we believe the trend is, dynamic sourcing, getting deals as you need them. We're talking about it here at the conference, and we'll have a seminar on it. Dynamic rates can have value if you're actually getting the discount and as promised, and you have the ability to audit those, and such. And it's going to change that whole the RFP process that companies and hotels have today that neither party likes all that much.
Right.
Extremely expensive, very time consuming, very rigid, and so look, let's just do away with all that. Click of a button, you can have a deal, no cost for either side, and we'll audit and make sure that you're getting the discount as promised along the way. And as long as both parties are delivering, you're delivering market share as the buyer and the supplier is actually delivering the discount as promised, everybody's happy. We can just let it roll, right? From that point forward. So we're pretty excited about it, and we are seeing some of our larger customers have adopted it, and it's doing really, really well as far as measuring program savings year over year. It's, as I'm saying, it's kind of doubled in a lot of cases, and we don't know why. We don't see any reason why that trend's not going to continue.
Good. Well, it's one to watch and can follow it definitely. So, and we'll have you back and talk about it soon.
I'd be thrilled to do that.
All right. Well, thank you, and thank you for joining us on set in Toronto at the GBTA broadcast studio.